What up? Welcome to another episode of Daddy Duties. It's your boy AK and
Jeremy J.
Yes, sir. We're just some fathers giving you real facts, real life as we take care of these kids every day. What's up, bro? How you been?
Man, it's been a minute.
I know, long time, man. Good luck.
How you been?
I can't complain, man.
Man.
Ups and downs, bills, curves, and corners. These kids be spinning me around, but hey, that's why we here representing Daddy Duties, man.
For sure.
How about you, though?
Man, I just been game after game after game after game. Man, it's been so many games. Man, I'm so glad I got this Metro card.
I was just about to say, you took
man.
You must be reading my mind. I ain't get the Metro card. I was about to ask, man, these fees is out of control, man. I've been paying these fees, man. I ain't get a Metro card this year. I'll be like, what's going on, man?
Before I got the Metro card, I was complaining. For sure.
Life to change,
because it's every day. Every day, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's $7, but $7 add up every day.
Every day, 2-3 games, here to here.
You got to drive here, drive there. Yeah, it'd be a lot, man. That basketball. Woo.
So what? Right into that. Do you feel appreciated? Like that's a small win. The Metro card. Before the Metro card even existed in your life, look what we had to go through. Appreciate it, Mello G. Shout out to Mello G.
Shout out to him
for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really look at it like that for real. I don't really look to be appreciated. You feel me? Like, yeah. I don't do it for appreciation. I do it just because I know that's what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to give an answer, no. You know,
not as a reward or a trophy, but as an acknowledgement.
Yeah, but that right there, just to hear somebody be like, "Hey man, I appreciate you, bringing your son, being here." But honestly, I just had a conversation that was crazy. This was like last week sometime at one of the games after a night game, and dude came up and he just started talking to me out of nowhere, and it was me and my daughter and my son's mom. Mm-hmm. So we sitting there talking, and we talked for at least a good 45 minutes, and at the end of it he was like, "Yeah man, I appreciate you just even being here. I see you here with your kids, you know what I mean? I see what you got on. I see what you wearing. I see you a working man. I can tell by how you shook my hand, you a working man. You know what I'm saying?" So he was like, "I appreciate everything you doing, and you not in jail. You not out here, you know what I'm saying, doing the most." So yeah, it was cool. That was cool.
That type,
that was real cool. I felt, you know what I'm saying, I felt the little way, like, oh man, all right, I appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah,
you feel me? So
and that's sometimes all we need, some encouragement too. We built to be strong and just got to do what we got to do, because that's our era we came up with now, bro. But we got to show that what's it called? What's that word? Compassion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's good compassion. And that dude, like, that conversation did something for him, but I guarantee you that acknowledgement did something for you too.
Oh yeah, it did, for sure.
So that's you see a good father, tag a good father, man. Shouts out to all the fathers out there doing your thing, man.
For sure.
Like
definitely.
Even that, for him to say that though, obviously it was a white man.
No, it was a black dude.
But okay, cool. Okay.
For real. Black,
to say,
older black dude.
Older black man. To say not being in jail and stuff like that. That's a big stigma we got to deal with as fathers in jail, and and the system is fucked up, man. And the crack era came through. It really killed a lot of dads, because there was some good dads back in the day.
Oh, for sure.
Just got taken away out the house.
For sure.
So, and then it looks like, they don't care, or they don't know what's going on. So it's time to change that way of thinking for our next generations and be more present. Let's get right into the topics though, man. So what type of dad are you? Are you strict? Are you rules? Are you firm? Are you nurturing? Are you lenient? Are you involved, uninvolved when stuff ain't going? How do you approach different things, the type of parent you are versus how you was raised?
Keep it real, man. I feel like I'm a all-around parent. You know what I mean? I'm involved. I'm, compassionate. Strict.
This Daddy Duties right here. Let me see. We live on the podcast. You calling about my boy hitting the game winner or what?
That is exactly what I'm calling about.
We talk about acknowledgement and hard work. All right, that's good though. We shoot though, but you live, man. Good looking, man. Send me the clip, man. But I'll call you after we done. All right, bye.
All right.
Bye. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But yeah, man, not to cut you off, but that's what it's about, daddy duties, man. That's what we're putting in. So, what was you saying, bro? Like strict?
Like I said, I'm strict. I'm all of the above. Honestly, like involved there as as for emotional, all of the above. I try to be everything I can be for my sons, because growing up I didn't have that. You know what I mean? So I try to, be everything that I didn't have as a kid. I try to give to my kid. And the things that I do instill in them is like the hard work that was instilled in me. And I can't say, I mean, yeah, it was instilled in me, I would say that, but at the same time I had my own hustle and my own grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't always like get out there and go do it. Then nobody had to tell me. I wanted it.
Yeah.
So I got out there and did it myself.
Yeah. So you're kind of a natural to you, or what? Or kind of the environment you grew up in versus, nowadays. It's the modern day, new era. So you might have got the discipline just from being outside and being tough.
Yeah, I think my generation, to be honest with you, I feel like we was the last ones to be outside for real.
Yeah.
I really feel like, we was the ones who was outside riding bikes. Didn't nobody know where we was at. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have none of that stuff really as growing up until we was 13, 14, and we was already been outside by then. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was totally different for us growing up. We would be gone all day, and we couldn't come back in the house till the street lights came on. You know what I'm saying? It was a total different. Today they stay in the house and play the games with their friends, and they ain't even got to be by them. You know what I'm saying?
Who was a guy you looked up to, like being outside that you could see, not even looked up to or seen, or kind of just a fella that you're like, all right, kind of hollered at y'all, or did anything to
really the people that I did grow up around, it really wasn't too many. It wasn't too many guys that, what I'm saying? I didn't have a lot of guys around me growing up for real. Like, I had my two uncles, and, my mom's husband came when he got out of jail. But other than that, I ain't really have except for my coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, shouts out to my coach, Ty Hollingsworth. He was one of them dudes that, what I'm saying, instilled that toughness for sure. Definitely just in basketball and in general period. So Ty was real cool. I can't remember his last name, but his first name was Jerry, and he was like, I think our third, fourth grade coach. You know what I mean? And he
sports really.
Sports was definitely where I got my toughness for real.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like growing up in the neighborhood where I grew up, we had to be tough, period. You know what I'm saying? We had to fight just to be outside, basically.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no real, like, just crying, going in the house crying. If that was the case, whoever you ran in the house crying to, they was going to make you come back outside and fight whoever you was crying about.
For sure. The good old days. Ain't no more of that. You go back out there, they're going to get the rat-a-tat-tootie, man. Sure. It's so different nowadays, and the parents getting it, parents is getting involved with these kids' activities, and and I don't see as much dads involved with it. Maybe because the dads are working, missing, or whatever the case may be. But I see a lot of mothers getting involved with a lot of kids' dramas. And what do you think that's the effect of that's gonna leave on being a father trying to parent kids that's constantly in the co-parenting situation?
I mean, that's a tough situation all in itself, because when you trying to teach your kid how to be a certain way, and then mother is trying to teach them how to be a different way, they're going to take the easier path, of course.
Man.
You know what I mean? So that's going to make it like all you can do is just continue to push that when they're with you. And you can't really control what that other parent does. So, you just do your best. That's what that's me. I just do my best when it comes down to just trying to make sure that they understand the rules and regulations and having morals and standards and all of that stuff, man. Integrity and all the good stuff.
Welcome back. We had to charge it up a little bit, man. Since we've been down for a little bit, things get a little difficult when you ain't in motion, man.
Technical difficulties.
But we back at it. So right to it, so we can get this wrapped up for y'all. Discipline versus emotion in the next segment. Bro, are you big on spanking? We can't spank like that. You know what I mean? But you can grab them up. She. All right, talking it out though.
Nah, I don't with my kids. They just know what's up with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to talk to them as much as possible in a polite way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to handle it in a polite, nice way. And not yell at them all the time. Because I used to be like that when I was younger.
Was yelling ever effective? Or is it effective?
It depends. It depends on the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you may have to raise your voice. But a lot of times you don't have to.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can just talk to them and, they going to feel what you're saying more. And they more apt to listen to what you're saying when, you're not yelling and screaming
Exactly.
and hollering. So yeah, I try my best to do more just talking for real.
So how do you handle disrespect, bro?
Oh yeah, I don't really deal with the disrespect. I don't really have that issue. We nipped that in the bud at a very young age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I went through some rough patches with my oldest. Just a girl. He's gonna bring up to a question also, like raising girls versus boys. It's different.
Oh yeah, we had that conversation. It's
way
different.
But now we the best friends. Just gotta I had to be a firm dad.
Yeah.
Plus, I was a new dad. Had a 17, so we was raising each other.
Right.
But still is present, and we here now, so it's definitely beneficial.
Yeah.
So breaking generational traumas. Like, what do you think about? What are we creating? As we see as this modern day dad is forming, regardless if they want to say are we present or not, we are handling our business a little different way, whether the system or not took effect. I'm talking about the dad being involved, showing up for games, not just yelling and talking, showing up and showing them different things. How are we breaking that generation trauma, you see?
Well, I mean, I didn't have my pop to be in my games and try to teach me the game, teach me what he knew. I didn't have that until I got older. You know what I mean? Now that I'm grown, we damn near talk every day. But just basically being there and giving them what you know, no matter what it is, if it's basketball, football, electrical, plumbing, mechanic, barbering, whatever it is that you do, I think, that's something that you should give to your children if they want it.
And teach them early.
You know what I mean? That's
show them early.
That's the thing. You have to get them early.
Yeah.
You have to get them early because, when they set habits early, it's easier for them to stick to those habits.
Yeah.
When they get older. It builds discipline.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing is, being disciplined.
Correct.
Enough to, basically whatever they're doing, if it's going to be hard, because majority of whatever you're going to do is going to be hard.
Anything worth it. Anything worth
having is going to take time, and it's going to
Work,
be
thinking, all that.
you damn near gonna break down and cry about whatever it is that you doing.
Man,
You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a time where you like, damn,
you ain't gonna be all just happy go lucky every
no,
no.
no, that's not life. It's very few people who live that type of life. But yeah, that you have to. I don't know. You just have to be ready to put the work in for whatever.
I'm glad you say that as discipline because his daddy dudes. Like my son Boston, man. Good kid, good scholar, good athlete. Just the laziest a kid, though. Today we rearranging the room, rearranging the house this Sunday. Every time. This dude got so much crap under his bed. So much little stuff. He told me, he looking at it. I'm saying this shooting, this been going on for a while, though, so it's discipline. So he looking at it like it ain't how much it used to be, which, you know what I mean, which is a plus, but it's like, come on, son. So hopefully this time that discipline and him seeing that he older, I think he gonna get it this time and keep it up. Because he's just a cluttery person and just a lazy person when it comes to like that discipline part. You tell him to do something, he'll do it halfway.
Right.
You know,
I mean, I don't know. I think that's just kids in general. Because I mean, my mom used to say that to me. You know what I mean? She used to be like, if you gonna half-ass do it, then don't do it at all.
Yeah.
And I tell my son the same thing, same exact thing.
Yeah.
You want to take the trash out, and you see, the other trash is a fool.
Oh my goodness.
But you leave those trash.
Oh my
take the one in the
goodness.
kitchen out, and then just leave the other trash like it ain't there. And you got other trash that need to be taken out. So,
did you used to get a whooping for that back in the day?
Nah, I ain't getting no whooping for it. Nah,
You probably got popped upside your head for sure.
I probably got something like that yelled at or
Man.
something taken or something.
My mom was rough on me, man. Like but she knew what I was up against. Whether she knew directly or not. 'Cause my dad's side of the family, all of them, then been to prison.
Yeah.
Not just jail, prison.
Yeah.
They really cuts from it. I'm the only exceptional one. And it's grace in God and my mama. So
Sure.
Discipline is definitely a lot. Putting them in right areas, and even when I think I asked you earlier, a parent, or me, not a parent, an elder you looked up to, the coaches, and I kind of got the same thing with Mr. Todd. I don't know if you know Mr. Todd. He's still coach with T&E, older brother.
I might know him if I see him by face or something.
But I didn't even know about the coaching and all this. Like, he did that with my mom, and his wife happened to be best friends.
Okay.
So I used to be over his house all the time with his son. He had 2 sons, and I learned a lot from Mr. Todd. Just discipline, working, being a hard-working man, handling stuff. He didn't speak a lot though, so that's like the modern dad. I wish he'd have told us more.
Right.
But modern dad, we know more now as far as communication. He was showing more, walking the walk and talking the talk. Sure. So appreciate Mr. Todd for doing that for real.
But I really feel like that's like one thing that us as fathers today, I feel like a lot of fathers, we don't walk the walk.
Man.
We don't walk the walk that we want them to do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can tell your kid whatever you want to tell them. But at the end of the day, if you're not being that example, they're going to do what they see.
Exactly.
Majority of the time. They're going to do what they see and not what they hear.
Man.
So if you walking the walk and you talking the talk, hey, you got double trouble.
There you go. Handle your business, man. Keep doing both. Don't just be sitting there talking. Even like working out. You seek working out with your kid, work out with them.
For sure.
You ain't training like they training. You ain't gotta be sprinting.
Right.
But at least you gonna get your little trot going on with them. They do 100 push-ups, you do 50. It's just a step at a time.
You gotta outwork the work.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's right to the next one. Dad's being more involved today. Do you see that, or do you think that, or?
I feel like dads make more time today for their children. I feel like back in the day, the fathers were more trying to keep the house good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just focused on that and that only. It's just keeping the house good, keeping the bills paid, making sure that the crib is taken care of. And they wasn't really worried about, well, I gotta be at the game. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
gotta. They wasn't really
You
worried
know, pick
about
them
it
up from
like that.
practice and stuff like that. Yeah.
They wasn't really worried about it like that. Oh, the mom got it. You know,
Yeah.
mom's got it. She got it. Yeah, she come get you. I'm working.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little different now with that type of situation. And then on top of that, as in, I know a lot more single dads than I knew growing up.
Definitely. What do you think the
Like,
cause of that is? Dads just stepping it up, mothers. And it ain't here just to, bash or none
no,
of that. We
I'm
we
not
getting
here to.
direction.
Yeah, I'm not here to
You know,
bash, but
yeah.
the truth is what it is. Like, I just feel like moms today they aren't what they used to be. Don't get me wrong. Like, there are good mothers out there.
Hmm.
There are hella good mothers out there, but there are a lot of bad mothers who really just have kids to either get the help from the state because they don't want to work and they don't want to take care of their own business, so they you know get the Section 8, don't get a job, and if they do get a job they get a part-time to where they only paying so much rent, you know what I mean, and then they also getting the food stamps, and then they still getting the child support and all of that stuff that they living off of instead of taking care of their own business. But like I said, it's a lot of mothers out there that do handle their business, but I feel like it's a lot more that don't. And I feel like there's a lot more fathers that's handling their business today and actually being present and being involved and being there for their children all the way around.
Yeah. Keep
So,
going, fathers, and keep going, real mothers. Some situations is definitely see fathers being more single fathers,
yeah,
custody of the kids.
yeah,
I got custody of my oldest too. It wasn't court order. It just kind of fitted better that they end up being with me. And my kids go spend time with her. She moved out of town and all that. But it's just the flip roles that we kind of see all the time. That's why I had to learn that the guy go through majority of the time. So it could be a caring father. It could be a caring situation.
yeah,
But this just ain't working here for them. And now they stuck between splitting the kid or taking the kid somewhere that's the kid gonna be hurt, but they may be more beneficial. So I see it different from my perspective, but it's all of them. All of them is definitely the gumbo. You got fathers stepping it up. You got mothers stepping it down. You got co-parenting being, coming together more. And then you got court orders is really awarding, is looking at fathers more when you got to take that step. When you go through it, they're more rewarding into giving you your rights or giving you joint custody or giving you full custody.
right,
If the mother's not even being suited, if the dad is really handling the business and really care about, doing this. So
right,
fathers, stack up. You're in situations, stack up and take her to court. That's basically what they're doing when we pay child support. They took you to court.
yeah.
So same thing. So keep going with that. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a good one, bro. Do social media affects parenting?
Oh, the social media affect parenting. Yeah. In my opinion, yes. In so many ways, but it just depends on the parent. Um, it's a lot of parents who live off of social media, so they let social media raise their kid.
Mm.
Their kids got social media at a super young age, um, seeing crazy stuff that they don't even know about. So it's
At what age should a kid have a phone, and at what age should a kid be on social media? Like, we gotta get some. They got some restrictions. They still got the 18 up on that stuff, but we know that's not true to certain stuff.
yeah,
But we gotta get some restrictions as far as, like, how we got drinking restrictions, driving restrictions.
right.
There's certain restrictions that we gotta come up with a common, number that be like, hey.
I mean, I don't know. Every kid is different. Every kid is different.
You think we could say that with driving? So every kid is different with driving. Every kid is different with drinking. Every kid is drinking.
But
so
that's just something that nationally, whoever did it and voted for that, then that's what that was. So
that's what I'm saying. If we had a national, we had a national rate national vote,
I
what would be the
wouldn't.
proper age you
I
think?
wouldn't. I couldn't. I wouldn't even be able to give you an age, like I said, because it just depends on the kid. Because like I said, all kids are different. All kids are different, and some are more mature, some are not mature at all. Don't mature until they get shit. Damn, they're grown.
That's where the internet and social
So
media. You think that's affecting the kids and the ones is even more? That's what we're saying. Social media is affecting parenting. So do you
I
think
mean,
we
I feel like
need? I think we need a restriction on it. Bro. I think we need a real life age limit. I think they need to know at schools. I think
what
we
would
need
you say the age limit would be?
no phones until you're 10.
See, that's crazy though, because like if you saying 10, you look at that. Look at what's on phones and what you can do with a phone at 10 years old.
You can have an iPad. You can have a computer. You can have everything else.
But that's what I'm saying. Even with an iPad or whatever, it like I said, it just really depends on the parent. Because if a parent just gives a kid an iPad and they got internet access, they got YouTube access, they got all this different access, that's crazy. At
Yeah.
10 years old, that's crazy. Like, why would you give a kid that much access to the world at 10 years old,
Yeah.
where they can look up whatever?
You can have restrictions on the iPad, and that's
Yeah,
where the
that's what I'm
maturity comes
saying,
in.
but
I'm trying to get to like
Like,
a age like
I really, me personally, I feel like they need to, all kids who need a phone, when they are in, even I say when they get to like the 4th, 5th grade, when they, getting out of school and they got to call the mom or whatever, call whoever to come get them. I feel like they need to bring back the flip phone, where they ain't got no screen, you ain't got no internet, you ain't
Yeah.
got nothing on the phone but what you need to do.
and only the
And
certain
that's
numbers
call
program.
and text.
Mom, dad, not even other numbers, because that's
I mean,
where
Majority of the time, kids don't be knowing numbers anyway because they not like we used to be. All they gotta do is push a button,
yeah.
and that's the number. They don't really remember the numbers majority of the
They're
time.
programmed the
But
number.
they program it in the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but when they push, it ain't like they gotta dial the number every single time.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. They go to their contacts, push the parent, and push the person, and that's the number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The flip
Like,
phone should only have mom, dad, and emergency contact by a certain age. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like,
Too much
it just,
access.
It just depends. Like I say, it just depends. If the kid is staying with auntie, the kid is staying with grandma's, the kid was staying with whoever that custodial parent is, that person needs to know that, okay, well, this kid only needs access to the auntie that comes and gets him sometime, grandma, mom, dad, whoever is, older sister, whatever the case may be. But you get those numbers programmed in that phone, and that's what you do.
There you go.
But I feel like the age limit for that, yeah, I say like 5th grade, 5th, 6th grade, when they getting ready to go into junior high school and grow up a little bit, mature. But the phones with the internet and all that, I don't know. I don't really think, it's that's just a tough question. Period. Like I said, it just depends on the kid. It just depends on the
So
kid
would
and
you
how
allow
mature
it?
they are.
Like social media.
Like my son, my 14-year-old, 14-year-old, and my 18-year-old, they got social media. They got Instagram and all the TikToks and all that. They got all that stuff.
Do you monitor it or you just let them be?
I mean, I
don't monitor my kids. Every blue moon, I check in, pop in, but
when they first got it, I kind of was on it. You know what I mean, monitoring, looking at their phone and doing all that. But after so long, it was like, all right, well, listen, I'm not gonna be checking your phone like that. But if I happen to check your phone and there's something in here that I don't like and it ain't supposed to be there, you're not gonna have a phone for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
hate
So
that phone getting taken.
Yeah,
that's like a whooping.
Yeah, so that's worse than a whooping for real. So that's how I deal with the phone situation with that.
Yeah, social media in this world is different.
Social media messed up life for a lot of people because a lot of people don't live in reality.
It's the gift and the curse, man. That's definitely And we never seen it coming growing up. We had social media. That word never existed growing up.
Man, listen.
Social media. Now let's get into some real life scenarios, bro. Because I just went through something, man. Have your kid ever talked back to you or disrespected you in public?
No.
Man, I done been through it a couple times. And it's just being my oldest, you know, we best of friends now, but I done had to get on her being underage at the club. Had to snatch her out the club, man. Wasn't having that. Then my boy Willie is yelling at me at the game. So I had to, you know, pop his collar a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But they understand. You gotta be firm, man. It's a different age. And they wasn't like disrespectful. Like the situation my oldest was disrespectful, was the disrespectful towards me. But it's like I'm dad and it's daddy duties. So I wouldn't allow it. So I thought about it, like, what if I allow it?
Oh yeah, if you allow it, if you give them an inch, they gonna take a mile.
There you go. There you go. And it hurt both times. Always discipline when it hurts. But guess what? I know it's building character for all of us.
For sure.
Yeah.
Building character, building respect, giving morals, all that, all of the above.
So how your kids in school? Do any of them don't dislike school, or how's that been going so far?
My 8-year-old, he was the only one that really had like a real issue with school like that. I mean, one of my twins, I think it was Amir. He was saying he didn't like his teacher, but they all like school now. Like my 8-year-old, me and him had a conversation. We got all that situated and fixed and all of the above. So, like JD, he ain't never had no issue with school. LJ, he don't like school. He just don't like school.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I ain't gonna front. He don't like school, but he on track to graduate. So.
Yeah, that's all that counts.
And you know, from there, we just actually had a conversation. He was saying he wanted to get into electrical, which is cool, but you know, electrical is school. You do got to go to school for electrical. You know,
so he's a senior now.
Tough, yep.
Okay.
And I told him, you know, you should look into being a barber. You know, because you like talking to people, you like meeting new people. So.
And both,
cool.
you know,
they getting money.
Yeah,
Barbers
sign up for
money
both.
Right
Barbers is getting money. I'm a barber, you know. I'm not getting the money as these new barbers, because they got new clientele, new enhancements, all type of new gadgets, which I could do if I want to do it full time.
Right.
But it's definitely feel good to get paid $40 a cut.
For sure.
$30 a cut when we used to get paid 20 and 10 and
for sure
15. Each other argue about that. So the barber game is a good field.
Man.
You know, you're gonna get in and take it serious, build your clientele up.
Yeah.
You can make a good living off of it.
You can take it anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, whether you're paying booth rental or owning your shop. So just push and promote, you know, and that's right into the next topic as we kind of end, you know, this segment. The trades part, the teaching the kids part, barbering, you know, your electrician, you know, your plumbing. What type of qualities and trades are you telling the kids now that we didn't have or didn't learn or didn't understand?
I mean, I told my son, only thing I told my son is stick with it, because when you come in as a minority and you don't have nobody who was in the union and who was in that field, they treat you different. You know what I mean? When you get in there. So I just told them, just stick with it. You know what I mean? No matter what nobody say, no matter what, you know, somebody do, if you gonna get into it, just don't quit.
Yeah. People don't remember you for what you start, they remember you for what you finish.
Right.
Whether it's beneficial to you now, if you get in and finish, but if it's like a waste, not just a waste of time, but you know you're gonna do nothing with it, and you might have got into something that, you know, that wasn't really, you know, your interest, just trying to fill up some of your time. Okay, it's cool to shift, but now you know what you should be shifting it to, or find something you like, or something you can make some money off of, you know. That's what it's about, man. Teaching these kids younger, being effective in the household. So it's been a minute since we caught up. Get any wild stories in these past 3 weeks. You know, it's been a good minute. Give us some real life scenarios and these normal daddy duties, day to day operations, bro.
I ain't really
good. Not just stories.
I ain't really had too many, you know, dad stories where it was just crazy. Everything been just running how it's supposed to. I'm on a new venture to get custody of my other boys, so I'm working on that. But other than that, really, man, everything just been basketball, kids, and basketball. That's it, man. It's been, I had like an hour-long conversation with Chubb, the coach in Central. Me, him, and JD, we all sat in the room and had a conversation, and he pretty much mirrored what I said. What I've been telling JD the whole year.
Yeah.
He mirrored exactly what I said.
That is always right. Y'all don't know that.
Man, they feel like we was, you know.
Why they feel like we so dumb or something, man? Like that's what pisses me off. I'm not just dad, but you think I'm trying to say I'm dumb or something. Get it, but that's rewarding. I'm talking shit, you know. But they listen later on. But pastor say you get it when you get home, man.
When it come down to it, man. We was young, you know what I mean. We thought we knew it all, you know.
And they in way better positions than we is, you know. Definitely, like shouts out to my kids. Shouts out to the support. Shouts out to the teachers that they had, whatever part you played. Everybody in the role, Boys and Girls Club.
Take a village.
You know, and we like. I had a good village. My kids got a good village, and you can see it. So just gotta keep them on track now. And, you know, let them do what they gotta do. Man, let me see. In the past, I don't know. My kids got baptized. I think we talked about that last time. That was the last episode. Ever since then, like you say, basketball. Just have you running everywhere, practice games. You know. Let me see. That's it. Basketball. Ball is life.
I'm telling you.
Basketball take off, y'all. Shouts out to all the parents that really put into these kids because they know this stuff is a lot of work. And then the competition level is rising, even though it's weakening. It's rising. Do you sense that?
I ain't gonna say the competition level is rising. I just say it's a lot more out there.
More visual, huh?
Yeah, it's just a lot more to see.
Yeah.
Because it looked like everybody nice. Everybody got a highlight tape.
Yeah.
And everybody look good on a highlight tape.
Yeah.
Who don't look good? You know what I'm saying? It's a highlight tape. You know what I'm saying?
I told my kids I'm gonna start posting the week clips.
Yeah, like I tell my son all the time. He'd be like, "Man, all day you see his highlights. Hey, man, listen, I don't even watch that. I watch the game.
Let's see the work.
I want to see what he doing the entire game. I don't want to see his highlight tape where he didn't edit it and clipped every little, part where he did good. Nah, I don't want to see
show the good, the bad, and ugly.
Come on, man. I want to see the work.
And the kids, I'm glad you brought that up because I'll be so big on they want to post clips. I'm like, bro, we ain't posting if we losing, man. Like if it's cool and all that, some good games, but all that just to post what we lost, just to get a clip. That's not competitive. Y'all got beat by 20. What's there to post? Post a score at the end of that. Then
I want to see. I want y'all to see the good and the bad.
Yeah,
we got
post
smacked
a score.
Up. We got smacked.
Yeah,
we caught one. We caught one today. But this is just a lesson right here.
Yeah,
this is a lesson as we go along this journey.
So this is the kids that watch this daddy duties, and you know we all mess with all y'all kids.
Oh, for sure.
Work harder.
They the future.
You know, y'all play against each other. Post your clips, but keep playing hard. Play to the end.
Man.
You know, don't sit here and just post your highlight. Like the other homie said, everybody got highlights in their life. You want to remember your highlights, or you got to make new highlights. You got to make new memories. You got to get better.
Yeah.
So don't live in your highlights.
For sure.
They looks great, but there's some low lives too that come along with that, and that make you better.
Oh yeah, the lows teach you. The highs, that's just the rewards. That's it.
All right, what's one lesson every father should remember? What's one thing your child needs from you this week? And shout out a dad to the community. We got to start shouting out a dad in the community, a couple of dads. You know, just leave some shots out, you know, and we're going to keep it going.
A little light. Yeah, we definitely need to shout out Always shout out to dads, man. Shout out to all the dads out there.
Say a
doing
couple
their
names
thing.
though. We're gonna start saying a couple names. Like we, on records they be shouting out people. We're gonna start shouting out a couple dads, man. Since they, cause next segment, next season, we're gonna be
Next
bringing
season.
dads on.
Next season.
Yeah, so
We got dads
shouts
coming
out
next
to
season. You know what I mean? Shout out to season 2. We, almost done with season 1. And y'all gonna get season 2 where y'all see a lot of different fathers on the podcast.
yeah.
We're gonna have we might have a few mothers as well. So yeah. Yeah.
Is there one lesson every father should remember?
To me, I feel like the lesson that every father should learn is that you don't know it all.
Man.
You can always learn. You can always learn. Sometimes we not right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are wrong.
Yeah.
And we have to, be man enough to say, hey, I was wrong, you right.
Yeah.
I was wrong and you were right.
Yeah.
So that's a lesson I feel like every man should learn, period. Just, the accountability of being wrong and stating that you were wrong and,
accountability.
learning that.
Yeah.
Learning from it. That's it. Everybody ain't right all the time. I don't care who you are.
You're
You
right.
ain't never gonna be right all the time. But, it's not about being right all the time. It's about figuring out what the issue was and making it right.
There you go.
You know?
What's one thing your child needs from you this week?
One thing my child needs from me this week, last week, and every week, they need love, man.
Love. Pastor preached on love today, Valentine's Day. Shouts out to the mothers. Love. That's a good. I think you're gonna say that one, Jay. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. They need the love.
Need
man.
the
make
love.
Sure they feel the love, and make sure you're telling them you love them, and they doing a great job. And just make sure you make them feel appreciated too.
Amen.
Just like you want to be appreciated, they want to feel appreciated too. They want to know that they're doing a good job. They want to know that you watching and you seeing them do a good job, and you being there. So yeah.
Yeah, we're
love
gonna
this week, man.
we're gonna leave one. That's
Show
a
love.
lovely thing to leave out on.
Show love, baby.
Love, man. Show love to your kids. Show love to your neighbors. Show love when you don't want to show love. That's the
Show
real.
love,
Pastor
baby.
said that's the real growth and accountability for God. So, man, this has been another episode of Daddy Duties. We
sure.
right back at it.
Hey,
It feel
right
good
back
to catch
like
up.
we left.
Like this is therapy for us.
Man, for
You
sure.
know, hey, this is us, man,
it.
talking, being real.
Yeah.
So we welcome y'all. Subscribe now to the show. Subscribe now to Daddy Duties, to Hustle 365 Network.
For sure.
Shouts out to Middle of the Map TV. We're just gonna keep this content going and these real conversations.
Definitely.
All right, peace.